I'm Abby Lindy, pharmacist and owner at Beaver Dam Hometown Pharmacy, here today to talk to you about multivitamins. So, the data on multivitamins is a little soft. There is data that shows us that multivitamins can improve our health. There's also some data that shows us that multivitamins maybe don't. One thing that I would say is a lot of that data is correlation studies, and people who tend to be sick may tend to be the ones who take the multivitamins. So I tend to base my multivitamin recommendations on how people feel because there's not a lot of clear data about whether or not multivitamins are necessary for every single person. So when we think about theoretically what the need for a multivitamin is, and you think about your resilience and your metabolic reserve, it's a function of your micronutrients in your body, how many micronutrients you have. When I talk to patients about it, I talk to them about all the chemical reactions that are happening in their body and how they all need ingredients. And if they're not getting the ingredients and cofactors from their food, then they're not able to do those chemical reactions. For me, food should always be first. That's always my recommendation, is to improve the diet. But let's be honest, most people are willing to take a multivitamin and they're not willing to eat better, okay? So I do still recommend multivitamins to a lot of people in my pharmacy, and I actually do take a multivitamin because I actually feel better when I take a multivitamin. Now, when we look at this multivitamin in particular, a couple things come up. So the first thing is a lot of people kind of get nervous about the daily value. If you look on the back, it'll say 2,000% of some of the ingredients. 2,000% of your daily value. And what I like to remind people is that daily value is based on consuming enough of that micronutrient so that you don't have a deficiency, so you don't develop rickets and scurvy and these conditions of not having enough of the micronutrients. It's not how much you need in order to function optimally. So if someone feels great, they have energy, they don't have any health conditions, they're doing well, they maybe don't need this. But if they're low energy or they have chronic health conditions, any of these things could be a signal that they're micronutrient deficient, okay? So I tell people to ignore the percentages and to just go based on how they feel. The other thing that's good about the alpha-based product is that they are methylated forms of the B vitamins. So many people have a SNP on their MTHFR gene, which essentially, among other things, methylates B vitamins, some of the B vitamins. And so some people just don't do that, and then those B vitamins are not able to get into the brain. They're not able to go and participate in all the other chemical reactions that happen. And so the B vitamins in alpha base are already methylated. So there's methylfolate, methylcobalamin, and so it's able to bypass that problem that is actually a quite common SNP. So alpha base is a really nice product that I recommend to a lot of people. I always recommend that it's taken with food because we want to make sure we're actually absorbing the supplements that we're taking. And it's something that I find really useful for patients. I have several patients who have come back and told me that they have more energy, they feel better, they feel sharper, and you can't argue with that. When patients feel better, you're going to keep recommending it. So if you have any questions, I would love to talk to you about multivitamins or anything else. Give me a call at Beaver Dam Hometown Pharmacy, and I'm happy to talk with you.